Okay.
Because
Whoa.
I recall people getting on me
Mm.
about the public transportation. And it's more safe
Hey.
there than in the United States.
I mean, because
That's a different perspective now.
if I feel like every time I get on, I got to throw hands, then I'm going to just stop doing it.
Right.
Because I'm like, what we fighting for? What you mad at me for? What?
That's my first time hearing that.
What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchets REACT, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction.
Yes.
Super excited about this video, guys. If you're new to us
And
we're
new to you,
make sure you scroll down,
hit that subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell
because we're on the road to 100K.
And we cannot get there without you guys, alright? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Today's video, why I moved to the Philippines, or in other words, why I left Germany. It is a sunny day like every single day in the Philippines, which is one of the major upsides, and I thought I would just give you like a list of why did I move here? First things first, and that is kind of the obvious thing for most foreigners, that they go to Indonesia, like Bali, they go to Thailand, they go to Philippines. It is cheaper. Like the same amount of money that you use here goes a lot further compared to Europe. Like in my case in Germany, if I order food, it's at least 2 to 3 times as expensive. If you ever looked at real estate prices, so like unit prices in New York, if you live in like a really modern city, like New York, you pay like $2,000 to $3,000 for like a minimal apartment in the city. For the same price, you can get a penthouse here. And I mean like actual penthouse, 150 square meters, multiple rooms. Now you probably don't need that level of luxury, but if you compare what you can get for the exact same amount of money, it just goes further here. When it comes to like
just comparing to give you the idea, like he's really painting a good picture here, because if you want to move to the Philippines from your location, you can, like, the cost of living.
Yeah.
Big difference.
The New York.
Come on, baby, let it out. Let it out.
New York is really expensive.
It is.
Okay, and you telling me I can go get a penthouse in the Philippines? Go and do it.
Oh,
so imagine what I can get underneath there.
You said we're gonna do it?
I said I would go do it.
Oh, you would?
I would go do it. Would go do it.
Okay,
go do it.
I was about to go back in the vault.
any Western good, like for example shoes or like clothes or whatever, it's the same price. It has to be imported. Sometimes it's even more expensive. For example, on cars they pay a luxury tax. Almost every single service that you can get here is a lot cheaper than in Europe. For example, let's say you work with other people. What I've heard when it comes to like the prices of, let's say, an assistant or somebody who just helps you out, somebody who cleans your place, it's like 4 to 5 times cheaper. And the best thing is, if you tip somebody, let's say a delivery guy, and you just tip them for like 10-15%, that goes a long way here. Because the average income is about like $1 per hour, at least in the city. For example, one of my friends last year during Christmas, he tipped a delivery guy about 1,000 pesos, so like $17 to $20. That's like 2 days of work. You can, with a normal tip, give somebody like 2 days of their lifetime back. And number two, which is also obvious, it's the weather. When it comes to Germany or Europe, it rains like 100-ish days a year. It's cold for at least like 5 months. Like our summer's like 3 to 4 months, where it's like comfortable to go outside in a shirt. And even then, not every single day is that comfortable. But here, every single day is comfortable. I'm here for 7 months now. You start to like miss seasons. And you can't really wear hoodies or jackets or anything like that. I get used to wearing long pants, but you can only wear a shirt outside. If you wear anything more, like a second layer of clothes, you will die. Next thing, people here, they're a lot more friendly compared to people in Germany, from my own experience. Depends on where you live, of course, but I lived in Berlin, the capital, and I can tell you, it doesn't seem that friendly there. Most people have their phone like this, they don't have a smile on their face, just walk around, and here's the opposite. Everybody seems happy, even when they work, they have a smile on their face. In general, it just seems a lot more easygoing here. As in, people aren't that stressed, people are more relaxed, and I prefer that a lot. I always refer to the whole city where I live in, called BGC, as like a giant hotel resort, because it feels exactly like that. It's like every single day is a Sunday where it's just easygoing, more relaxed, there isn't as much stress as you're used to back in wherever you're from. You distance yourself from like where you grew up, because if I think back to where I grew up and where I used to live most of my life, it's next to my school, it's in the same area, I see the exact same street every single day, and eventually you won't change. So going to a city kind of changes that. And a city in Asia changes that a lot. Next part, and I'm going to be fully honest about that.
Okay, so what would be the difference in Germany when it comes to, in terms of moving to the city? Are you still surrounded by schools? Like, is everything the same? I'm kind of unclear on what you mean right there.
Yeah, I get the same vibe too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look different here, obviously, right? Like I'm white, I got blonde hair, I stand out. And even though it's more like a egotistical thing, I guess, but it makes you feel more special. Because in Europe, I'm just a guy. I'm average height, I guess average looks, average everything. I'm just average. But if you're
Just
here
average,
in Southeast
Lord.
Asia, or like Asia in general, it's different. People are more open to like talk to you. They're interested in where you're from, what you're doing here, how long you've been here, if you travel to certain places. It's easy to make conversation. But in Germany, it's like nobody cares. Nobody even opens a conversation with you unless they want to stab you, which is the next thing. It feels safer here if you go to a beach or like to the province. It also feels safe. Might just be me and my experience so far, but compared to Germany, my mom, for example, doesn't even take public transportation because she does not feel comfortable doing so, and she never knows if anything bad happens there. You just feel safe here. To be fair, BGC, Makati, all those cities, the modern places, they're all bubbles. That
Okay.
Because
Whoa.
I recall people getting on me about the public transportation. And it's more safe
Hey.
there than in the United States.
I mean, because
That's a different perspective now.
if I feel like every time I get on, you know, I gotta throw hands, then I'm gonna just stop doing it.
Right.
Because I'm like, what we fighting for? What you mad at me for? What?
That's my first time hearing that. I got bashed for months.
He said a few things I ain't gonna repeat, but I'm not gonna repeat it. But man, it's like,
Okay.
yeah, bro, y'all. I mean, it's starting to add up now. The 9 conversations, the head on the phone 24/7,
Not speaking.
not speaking or showing, you know, giving much attention to
Friendliness.
people. Yeah. Or in other words, we learned this. You know, what I'm saying it's closed,
Yeah.
not open, very
Yeah,
closed.
yeah. That's why you cannot generalize people or places. Okay?
Yeah.
Just because we're from the United States doesn't mean we're just like any other person who's from the United States. So we don't think the same of anyone from anywhere else. I remember saying, there's blah, blah, blah everywhere. And they say, hold up, no, it's not. And then I pulled out my phone after that video. And I went look up reports, news articles
Yeah.
of the same things that was happening. May not have been mass shootings, but the same things that I was talking about, kidnappings and all that, was happening there.
Yeah, it's universal. No one's exempt. May not be as noticeable or very, you know, it's not happening as much, but it's
As
happening.
much. Yeah.
But this is his experience. And, you know,
Right.
Germany is pretty huge.
Right.
So we can only take so much of his experience and be like, oh, that's how it may be in certain
Right.
areas, but we ain't going to put y'all all in the same bucket and be like,
Exactly.
yep, all y'all going down.
Right.
Heard the truth. Nah, it's not the facts.
That's why we preach, giving people the benefit of the doubt.
Yes.
Don't just generalize so much. Okay.
Be open-minded, because if you was a closed-minded
Open-minded.
individual, you could took this and ran with it.
Yeah.
And told a friend and tell a friend to tell a friend, and y'all would have all been thinking bad about Germany.
You're right.
But we don't fault him for it. He's
No,
doing his
he-
thing. This is his experience.
He's sharing his experience. We appreciate that.
Keep going.
it's not the real Philippines. It's more like the modern-ish cities where everybody would like to go to, but that's like the real Philippines. It just feels better here. Everybody's friendly, open-minded, and for example, when I now take my phone out and a little microphone and I just record, people are happy to be in a video. You know what they say in Europe? They say nothing because you have something where they pretty much protect you against any recording. As in, if I were to record in Europe right now, if I don't have permission, it's not allowed, at least in Germany. And here it's more like everybody's happy that you record, that you show the country. It's a different vibe, a different feeling.
We was watching a vlog. That was in it was in Europe.
Yeah, I want to say
And
they were in France.
France. And the stairs that they was getting, like, you could have seen it on the vlog. They was even pointed out. And it was like, till some point it was cringing because it was like, dang, they can't even like,
Yeah, vloggers.
they can't even show the people the experience
Yeah.
without the people around them making it seem like it's hostile, you know?
Yeah, they even got stopped by the police.
Yes, for a few times, a few
Yeah.
numerous of things. But yeah, just want to point that out.
Next part, and that is traveling. Now, we kind of talked about that in the last few minutes, but whether you want to go to a city, to a beach, to a mountain, an hour or 2 hours away, they can go to any place you would like to go. Traveling itself, taking flights or taking a Grab, which is the equivalent of taking a taxi or an Uber, is a lot cheaper as well. Like if I go 10 kilometers west to Mall of Asia, which is a pretty cool mall, one of the biggest malls in the whole world, I think the Grab, the taxi there, cost me about $4 or $5 for 10 kilometers and like a 30-minute ride. In Europe, that would be closer to like 40 euros? It's a small difference, but simple things like that just make it a lot more accessible if you have a EU or American income, then move to a South Asian country. Next part is that there are less rules,
Okay.
you could say.
Dang, now he about to talk about the less rules.
I don't know. Just, we've learned a lot about a lot. Okay, so just putting things in perspective. I understand it's cheaper, but I feel like in Europe, you're able to experience so many different cultures by being able to travel here, there, in a short amount of time.
And we've learned about their traveling experiences.
Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. That's like a win-win on both ends.
It is.
But this is his experience. We're just sharing, our thoughts.
Yeah.
As in, if you live in Germany, you know what I mean. Anything you would like to do, whether it is making a change in your apartment, your house, your car, whatever it is, has to get approved. There are rules. There are multiple documents you have to fill out.
Oh.
That doesn't really exist here. You just do things. And it works quite well. For example, the traffic. If you're used to European traffic or American traffic, people, listen to the rules. They do what they do. I mean, sometimes. Here it's the opposite. People just drive. There's no real indication where you turn left or right. Most people don't even do it. And it seems more chaotic in the beginning, but it works better. So far, I think I've seen almost one car crash, but actually 0 within 7 months. To be fair, most of the time I stay within the city, and the traffic here is regulated. We get traffic lights, all that. But driving itself, it seems a lot more relaxed. I do take a scooter almost everywhere because it is faster than anything else. You're pretty much a pedestrian, a cyclist, and a car at the exact same time, so there's 0 rules for you. I wouldn't recommend doing that because, dangerous, whatever. It's so much more relaxed that you can just take a scooter that you just buy, and you take it anywhere, and there are no regulations. You don't have to fill out some paper. Same with like a SIM card. They're changing that right now over the next 4, 5, 6 months. But if you want to get a SIM card here, you just buy it. You don't have to give them your details, the information, nothing like that. You just buy it. So much easier. Second to last point, everything, at least in the city in BGC, is in walking distance. If you want to buy a Lambo, as a random example, you can walk there. It's in the city. If you want to go to a spa, it's in the city. You want to go to a dentist, you want to go to have food on a rooftop bar. Everything is in the city. More than once, multiple times. So even if you have to walk a long distance, which is 1.5 kilometers maximum, because that's the length and the height of the city, that wouldn't even hurt you. It's just a nice walk outside, because it's sunny. In the worst case, it's rained, and you take an umbrella and walk there anyways. Plus, the city has a bunch of cats, but not like stray cats, just normal cats. For example, one that is right here while I record this. You see the cat? They have their own place. They get free food. They are the cats of BGC, and they're all friendly. There are people walking around feeding them. I still refer to this place as like a giant hotel resort. That is like, you take a vacation, but the vacation doesn't end. And then for the last point, in this awesome video of a blonde guy sitting in Asia, it is so much easier to meet people. You can just point out anything. For example, somebody wears shoes you like. I like your shoes. Everybody's friendly to talk to. Plus, you meet people from all over the world that all speak English, which is a great advantage for you, because Tagalog is part English now. Most people don't speak Tagalog, they speak Taglish. So half of the words you understand anyways. You don't necessarily have to learn the language in order to live here. They speak English and you can understand that. And Tagalog is fairly easy to pick up, at least for some of the common words, because it's like 10 to 20% Spanish, and the other words can be somehow guessed based on the context, and it's easy to make friends. Plus, people from all over the world are easy to talk to. I mean, our friend group right now consists of let's say 10 to 15 people, mainly, and I think we are 9 different countries. So yeah, been here for 7 months, and I'll stay for at least 5 more months because I rented an apartment for an entire year, and I like every single day so far. You wake up, you just take a walk outside, it's sunny, people smile. It feels like if I would have known about this place 5 years ago, I would have moved here 5 years ago. So I'm glad that I've made the experience, went over here for just a 2-week vacation, and then eventually moved here. And I can tell you, if you live in America, Europe, and you think about leaving or think about maybe, considering living in a different country, try the Philippines. Not necessarily BGC or Makati or the cities. Try the islands, have a 1-week vacation and see the different parts of the whole country. It's great. Also, most people, when they mention any country, they say they love the food. I'm gonna be honest here, I don't like it that much. I do like seasick, but most of the other food, I don't like it too much. And you won't see a video where I say, foreigner, shocked, trying balut for the first time. I won't do that. But we might try everything at Jollibee, and I can tell you my honest reaction. That being said, thank you guys so much for watching.
Man, listen, you did everything good till you got to the food, bro. How you not like the food? I can't knock you for it.
Isn't that the duck?
Yeah, the duck with the little egg.
That's alive or something.
The bird is still in there, and it barely made it out.
Yeah, I don't blame him about that one.
That's something I don't think I want. Nah.
But we have tried Jollibee, and we do like Jollibee.
Yeah. Y'all, Philippines, y'all got y'all one. I don't think he going back after this run is up.
Nah.
Nah, man, it's simple. Like, people just want to live a simple lifestyle,
Yeah.
happy lifestyle. They don't want to feel like they're being a botheration to people. They like the environment to be nice and, flush and just clean, Like,
But I
that's
feel
it.
like countries like the Philippines, like it's smaller. I feel like they're used to like a slower pace of life.
Yeah.
Where things are simple, not as hectic, chaotic, what is it, regulated, just simple.
Yeah. And he mentioned that he's like, every day is like a Sunday.
Yes,
What?
that's nice day.
What?
Sundays
Come
is
on, man.
relaxed.
Relax?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Man, Sunday meals every day?
Right.
Man, you can't beat it.
Well, I feel like he gave a fair experience,
Yeah.
telling us his fair experience. So
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Big facts.
Yeah. So we hope you guys enjoyed this video with us. Like this video, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. We have enabled our super thanks if you like to support the channel that way, as well as our reaction request link is in our description box below. We'll see you soon.
Peace.